It didn't really read the room. The problem with the tweet is I didn't think it was a joke. It was sort of on brand for 2022. There's nothing funny in Los Angeles about this Laker mess. LeBron feels, and I'm going to be as honest as I can here because I like LeBron, but he feels disengaged above it all. He wanted Westbrook. It's a disaster. He steers clear of it. Not my call. LeBron's fallen into and I guess it's almost inevitable when you're as rich and powerful and great and have the legacy, into I'm sort of too cool for this mess vibe. You know, like he had a checklist of things he wanted to do in L.A. Move here, get rid of the young guys, get AD through clutch sports, win a title, and crush in business. Yeah, he got all those. And now what's the city of Los Angeles and the Lakers left with? Just an old, dilapidated, uneventful, uninspiring roster. And LeBron, hey, man, not my issue, man. I guess he won. It's felt in the last year that LeBron got a lot more out of the city of Los Angeles than the city of Los Angeles has gotten out of LeBron. We have a Super Bowl champion now. We also have the best run baseball team. We still have our beaches, mountains, our great food, our great city. And there's really no reason to be beholden to LeBron. He's played about 100 of the 150 games on the schedule the last 2 years. He's missed a third of the season. Now, of course, he's in his 19th year, so I'm not holding it against him, but this franchise decided to give LeBron everything he wanted. They're on a 6-game losing streak. They're 16 games under 500. Don't joke about it. Like the Duke, Carolina, Kansas kids, Villanova kids, at least pretend you care. They really do. We know you don't. Kind of pretend you care. You won. You got AD. You blew up the roster. You got your title. You got your brand. You made all your money. I don't resent any of it. But this is your mess, too. Be nice if you occasionally cared and owned it. That April Fool's tweet landed exactly how it should have. Really, really poorly. All right. We got a lot of stuff today. Roy Williams. Boy, was that guy happy? I sat there and he's like, you know, it's obviously, if you're a Carolina fan, it's such a wonderful school. You know, he obviously wants to beat. The TV rating for that Duke-Carolina game was massive. I tell my kids this all the time. All care about things that you care about. So choose things you care about, and we can enjoy them together. Don't fake it. And, you know, college football and the NFL have a partnership. NBA and college basketball, for some reason, don't. But I think college basketball teaches the NBA a few things. I'm going to give you a list of players in the NBA, star players in the NBA, who missed a game over the weekend as of Thursday until right now. Here's a list of guys. LeBron, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Bradley Beal, Dame Lillard, Ja Morant, Devin Booker, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Zion Williamson, Jamal Murray, Ben Simmons. I know, they're all hurt. Yeah, in most cases they are. But what if they had one game left to win a championship? Some of those guys would make the floor. College basketball skill level isn't great. The officiating drives me nuts. But man, do they care. The college basketball media and college sports media is obsessed with players getting paid. I don't know. When I watch them, that doesn't appear to be what they really care about. They care about the game. And the sports media really cares deeply about when coaches yell at players. You know what's funny about that? These players cry for these coaches. They always have their back. You know who doesn't have a coach's back? The coddled NBA stars who often undermine their coach. Hard coaching matters, and it works, and hard parenting matters, and it works. And you saw it on display. This was a master's class in American sports. The Carolina center had a nasty ankle sprain during it. He said after, you'd have to cut my leg off for me not to play against Kansas on Monday night. 18 lead changes, 12 ties. Coaches occasionally barking at their players and barking at the officials and players crying afterwards. Yeah, like if you care, I care. The NBA has normalized missing starts. It bothers me. Maybe I'm too old school. I'm out of touch. But when you watch that game, it wasn't always the best officiated. You don't always think it's the best players. But man, do they care, and man, are they into it. And that game mattered to the student body and the players and the coaches. It mattered to the bands. It mattered to the stadium. It mattered to everybody. You can't fool people on that, as LeBron was taking another must-win Laker game off. A kid for Carolina said, "You just cut my ankle off. I'm playing Monday." How do I not love that? I'm sorry if I'm old school, but I was mesmerized by this. Not always the officiating, not always the coaching, not always the players, mesmerized by how much they care. And whereas college football and the NFL have a respectful partnership, the NBA appears to resent what college basketball is all about. So they create the G League. And yeah, a guy can make some money. I'm not against that. But I got to tell you, I wouldn't know who these college basketball players are when they go to the NBA if they didn't play college basketball. That's how I fell in love with Jalen Suggs at Gonzaga, now with the Orlando Magic. What if he'd have gone G League to the Magic? Good luck with a shoe deal. I'd have never seen him play. I just thought this weekend was great. I thought the tournament was great. It was the one sport that was canceled due to COVID, and the ratings have indicated we missed it. It's imperfect, but it's incredibly valuable. That's what passion does. Here was Coach K after the loss.
As a coach, I'm just concerned about these guys. I mean, I see, they're already crying on the court, and I mean, that's the only thing you can think about. And then going into the locker room, I've said my entire career, or when I knew what the hell I was doing, that I wanted my seasons to end where my team was either crying tears of joy or tears of sorrow, because then you knew that they gave everything. And I had a locker room filled with guys who were crying.
Tip of the cap to both schools and both amazing programs for one of the best 3 hours of sports television I can recall. It was absolutely fantastic. Tonight, don't look at me. I got no idea. I've been doubting Carolina the whole time. Caleb Love takes games over. I don't know how Carolina, I thought about this during the game. I thought, whoever wins the Duke-Carolina game, how in God's name do they match that intensity for Monday night Kansas, who had an easier dominating win? I don't know how they do it. I have no idea who wins tonight. Can't wait to talk to Roy Williams, because the man who replaced him has done a remarkable job, and what a story that is. It's very rare when you get a big brand in sports and they're an 8-seed or an underdog. So you get all their brand and all their talent and all their passion and all their coaching and all their excellence, and they have a chip on their shoulder because nobody believed in them. That's what you have in Carolina tonight. You don't get that. Alabama doesn't go into a lot of bowl games as an underdog. Either does, Oklahoma or Ohio State. When you get both of those, hunger and a big brand and playing well, can't wait for tonight. Well, Friday, I didn't work Friday. Joy did a great job. It was only an hour show, and she crushed it. Alexi Lawless World Cup draw. We'll get into that later. LeBron sent out a tweet on April Fool's. It kind of was a thud. The tweet was, "Hey, I'm out for the season officially.